Okay, so I wanted to start off this vlog about food and culture and everything New Orleans at Cafe Du Monde for breakfast, the longtime French beignets and coffee shop. There's 3 locations actually, I thought there was only 1, but I woke up at noon. She's very hungry, and I understand. So we're gonna start this vlog off with what is allegedly New Orleans' best burger at the Company Burger. Let's get going. This is a single. It is just a burger with cheese and pickles, but it is insanely popular, and one of the top burger critics in the United States says it is the best burger in New Orleans. And the onion rings aren't bad too, so I guess that's a good place to start.
It's really good.
You like
ketchup on my face?
No, there's no ketchup on your face. Do you like your fries?
Yeah, they're okay. I like your onion rings better though.
They're pretty good. The Company Burger was really good. I didn't know what to expect, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. And now we are in a Forever 21. This is kind of our shopping day in New Orleans, so we're starting at the Outlet Collection on the Riverwalk. It is Megan's life mission to shop at every single Forever 21 store in the United States, and we are about 25% of the way through all of the Forever 21 stores. Sometimes we just drive to states close to us like Indiana to go into the Forever 21 stores, and then we leave, we go home. That's not true, but we're going to go to the French Market after this and Magazine Street. There's some cool old French shops, and maybe check out some museums like the Museum of Death or some voodoo shops in old New Orleans. I don't know what you would call that area of New Orleans, the kind of older antique area. So that's where we're headed after this. So we're in the French Market right now. There's a whole lot going on here. Megan got a pina colada. There's a lot of day drinking going on in New Orleans, so that's a lot of fun. I got a snowball, and a snowball is, it's like shaved ice with condensed milk. I got a tiger's blood flavor, which is coconut,
surprise,
and cherry. Honestly, 2 of my favorite flavors. I'm gonna enjoy that. We're gonna sit down because it's 99 degrees outside with the humidity in New Orleans. It's very hot. My Michigan body is not used to this weather, but I'm really enjoying it. You can actually buy alligator, fried alligator on a stick over at a stand beyond my shoulder, and I'm thinking about doing that. Megan is not for that at all, so we might wait on it. We might get gator from somewhere else, but I'm tempted to. Either way, we're gonna finish up here and then head over to Magazine Street where there's more shopping, and all our napkins just flew away. Oh God. Megan has found ghost repellent.
It says, for best results, light at dusk or dawn, removal of ghosts not guaranteed.
So it's a candle?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Discontinue use if hauntings increase. No ghosts were tested in the making of this.
Sounds like if we're gonna get that, we should keep the receipt. Doesn't sound very effective. This is just the upstairs of antique shop. It's pretty cool. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the show American Pickers, but this reminds me of American Pickers. Refurbished neon dollar sign. Cost about $3.50. No, $3.15, but that would be so cool. Megan said I cannot get it, and I would not be able to fit it in my carry-on, so I understand. Does that say love you, bitch?
Mm-hmm.
I guess these aren't all antiques. I don't know if that's from a certain era. Okay, we're back at the hotel room now. We didn't spend a lot of time on Magazine Street because it's very hot outside, almost 99 degrees, and it's mostly antiques, which are kind of interesting and fun to look at, but Megan and I do not own a large home to put things like a neon dollar sign in, so we're back at the hotel and getting ready for dinner. I have reservations at an old New Orleans restaurant called Brennan's. I think it's also referred to as the Old Pink Lady. It's pink on the outside, I assume. Either that or there's just some really weird grandma stuff inside, I'm not sure. But there's other restaurants to go to for, wow, that lighting is very weird. I gotta give you guys a quick hotel room tour too. There's other restaurants you could go to in New Orleans that are famous. I'm just trying to find light that doesn't make me look like a flamingo. There's Commander's Palace. It's either Commander's Palace or Commander Palace, but guys have to wear jackets in there, and that sounds a little too uppity for me. I didn't bring a jacket, and I don't know if I would want to go inside of a restaurant that makes me wear a jacket. That sounds like a little too serious for a vacation spot. There's also this restaurant in New Orleans called Shia, which is one of the hottest restaurants in the country right now, apparently. I looked at reservations for it a week ago, and it's booked all through the week, it's booked all through next week. You basically have to know someone to get a table there unless you're making your reservations a few weeks at least in advance. So we can't go there. It's an Israeli place. It has great hummus. Not going to Shia, not going to Commander's Palace, and there's so many places you could go to get old New Orleans style food. I just picked Brennan's because we were able to get a table there and the dress code isn't super strict. So we'll be able to experience some of that New Orleans style food without super strict rules. Let me give you guys a quick hotel tour. This is the view out of our window. It's a industrial building and I guess some of the New Orleans skyline. I don't really know what direction we're facing. This is a calendar, like what my grandma has at her house, an old school flip calendar. And I believe that is a letter holder. This is a chain of hotel that originated in Portland. That's what an Uber driver told us, so I believe everything Uber drivers tell me. And that makes a lot of sense because there is a 1960s style refrigerator in our room. I'm sorry for the mess. I should have done this before we put all the things in our room. But have you guys ever seen anything like this? It's a 1960s style refrigerator, and there's a bunch of local craft beers in here. Well, Coors Light isn't local, but
There's that canned wine,
the canned wine, yeah, canned Pinot Grigio. And so Miller High Life and Coors, obviously big chains, but some of this stuff looks really cool. Gotta get up to get down. Oh, this is coffee ale from Memphis, Tennessee. I guess maybe, are any of these local? I thought this was all local stuff. Maybe it's just hip stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Well, mini bar with miniature liquors, and they even have bitters here, which you don't, I better not have to pay for that because I pulled this. There's no,
I don't think there's a way to.
Yeah, there's no scale thing to, oh God, did I break the bitters? Oh boy. The maids are gonna be bitter if I broke the bitters. And a mural on the armoire. Is that what this is, an armoire? I'd like to think so. These robes are great. Megan is wearing one right now.
It's like a sweatshirt.
Yeah, they have hoods. Her bun is gonna block me from pulling it over her head, but she said they are the comfiest hotel sweatshirt she has ever, or hotel robe she's ever experienced. You wanna call them sweatshirts though, because they're sweatshirt material. This is the sink bathroom setup, and this dark area is the shower, but this is one of the better hotel showers I have ever experienced. One of the requirements for a great hotel shower is that it is taller than my head. I'm 6'7", so check. This is probably 7 feet, and there is a large flow of water. It's waterfall-esque. That's great, and water pressure is great. So good bathroom. I'm very happy with this hotel. Did I show what? The black toilet? Yes, I did show the black toilet. So that's the hotel room tour, and now I'm going to get ready and put on a button-up shirt for our dinner at Brennan's. Hopefully we can show off some good Creole food. I'm not sure, I think they have Creole and Cajun food are their specialties, and get some bananas Foster for dessert. I believe I said that right. I actually have no idea, but an Uber driver who was a big foodie told us we have to get bananas Foster from Brennan's, and we have to go to this new bar called Bakery Bar, which is a combination bakery and bar. Great name. and we really love desserts. Oh. She was supposed to hold the door for me. This date's not going well. What was that about?
You were walking so slow. That was your fault.
But I wasn't wrong up in my But I wasn't wrong up in my But I wasn't wrong up in my But I wasn't wrong up in
Okay. Yeah. That's awesome. Alright, that food was amazing. We did not get the bananas Foster because we are extremely full. It was so good though. That was top 10 steak I've ever had in my lifetime. They cook it at the table, Steak Diane. I know I'm in New Orleans, so I'm supposed to get seafood, but it was amazing. Yeah, oh, Megan got gumbo. I filmed that. That was so good. Now we're going to Hotel Monteleone. They have a rotating bar there that's supposed to be really cool, so we're gonna check that out. If it's busy or we don't really feel the vibes, we're just gonna head down to Bourbon Street and see how long we last. I guess I'll catch up with you guys when we catch up with you guys. Not a big fan of the Carousel bar. It's just a bar that rotates. It's not as cool as you think. We're on Bourbon Street now, 21st Amendment. This is my first hurricane of the night. I would like to make it home alive, but you never know. Some wonderful music. Megan's chilling. I love this city. I forgot to mention during my room tour yesterday that the water bottles look like bottles of vodka, and they're called Fred water. So if I can get this at home, I would like to get this. Bourbon Street was really interesting and scary last night. Well, not really scary, but there's other places I'd like to visit, like some jazz clubs or things that are a little more low-key. I said this on Twitter, but somebody made eye contact with me and yelled, "It's titty time," really loud in my face before walking into a strip club. And 25-year-old me was okay with that, but 15-year-old me would have been scared out of his mind. That man was animalistic, and he was just in it for some titties, and I hope he got what he was looking for. But it was intimidating. And a dude ollied a street barricade on a skateboard, and street barricades were pretty high in the street, and he ollied over it and everyone lost their minds, and I thought it was pretty cool. I wish I would have filmed it. There's a lot of things that are happening very fast that I didn't have enough time to pull out my camera and film. I just saw all these people clearing the streets and I thought there was about to be a fight, and then a dude just skateboards down the middle of this open sea of people and ollies over a street barricade, and everybody runs away because if any of the cops around there saw that, he would have been in trouble because the street barricade was blocking off a way for traffic to go through, and he ollied right in front of a car. So that was interesting. Now we are going to go to the World War II Museum. Wait, first we're going to go to Cafe Du Monde to eat food. We're very hungry, and then we're going to go to the World War II Museum, so yeah. I forgot to mention that yesterday, Megan and I discovered a common New Orleans street scam, so I'll give you the insider knowledge here. A dude walked up to myself and Megan yesterday, and first of all, he asked if he could shine my shoes. I'm wearing flip-flops, so that was kind of weird. And then he said, "I bet I know where you got those shoes." And I didn't respond, which is the best response to anything on the street that is being yelled at you, is no response. And then later on, we were walking even more. I'm sorry for the light from the window coming through. And another dude said that to me, "I bet I know where you got them shoes." And I Googled it, and the first thing that came up is, I bet I know where you got them shoes, New Orleans. So I looked at the forum, and it's a common street scam where you place a money bet with this random person on the street who asks you that question, And then the answer is on your feet, so you lose the bet. So if you ever have to respond to that, first of all, don't respond if at all possible is the best response. But if you ever have to engage, say on my feet and then walk away. Now it's time for breakfast.
Cafe Du Monde on your t-shirt in your hotel. You're a sweetheart, my work's too cheap.
You like it? I also like it. It's messy, but it's delicious. I now understand why the line was out the door. This is delicious.
I'm gonna eat all 3.
You're gonna eat all 3? Yeah, we should've got way more. We're going to a voodoo shop now because Megan likes that stuff. I kinda like it too. But it's just down the way here and then off to the museum.
And I gotta figure out where I'm gonna go eat.
I'm really gonna regret this the next time we get in an argument. This is so cool. So you get on this model Union Pacific train and you watch an introductory video, and then you can go into the museum. This is my little pin saying I paid. I'm very excited. I don't know how much I'm gonna film because I don't know if anyone cares as much about this as I do. My dad's a big history buff, and I am too. And I want to find something about the 5th Army in here because that's what my grandpa fought in. But other than that, I guess we are about to get on the train. The door has opened. You excited? I'm excited. This was my grandfather. Wait, I think this was my grandfather. Fought in Morocco, and then he fought in Anzio, which I believe is over here. And he was shot in Anzio, went to a hospital somewhere in Turkey. I have no idea. I wish my dad was here, he knows it by heart. But he was shot in Anzio, went to a hospital for a few weeks, and then was sent back to the United States, and he got a Purple Heart.
Hey guys, quick editing note here. I had to show you pictures of my favorite thing from the World War II Museum because apparently I forgot to record it. I'm sorry this vlog is already really long, but I appreciate you if you're still watching. This is silverware owned by Adolf Hitler. As you can see, his initials are engraved on all of this. It was in a big case, and it reminded me of a scene in the HBO miniseries Band of Brothers. If you like history, you need to watch Band of Brothers. It's a great series. There's this scene where Easy Company goes to what is called the Eagle's Nest in English. I don't know how you say it in German, but it was one of Hitler's estates, and they go there, and people are taking silverware. A lot of memorabilia was brought back from World War II. My own grandfather brought back a Nazi helmet from World War II, not the one that I was talking about that went to Anzio. Both of my grandparents were in World War II, and the other grandfather brought back a Nazi helmet, which we didn't find until he was dead for 10 years, so that was really random. But a lot of people brought back souvenirs, and these souvenirs were brought back and probably donated to the museum. I didn't actually read the card, but I saw where they were from. I just don't remember. I wish I would have filmed this so I had evidence showing what all of this stuff was. I'm sorry I'm talking so fast. This stuff was just so cool to me. I love the museum, and now back to the rest of the vlog. Thanks.
Back in the hotel room once more. I'm sorry a lot of these vlogs take place in this hotel room, but it's the easiest place to talk clearly and explain things. It was really cool to see the World War II Museum. If anyone is around New Orleans, I highly recommend you go there if you have any interest in World War II or history. It was really awesome. There was a big display board about the campaign in Italy and Northern Africa, and I got to learn a lot more about where my grandfather fought, because the campaigns you hear the most about are like the Pacific Theater and the March to Berlin. Obviously those were both really pivotal campaigns in the war because one is overtaking Nazi Germany and then one is overtaking the relentless Japanese in islands that are spread out. But it was also really important to take Italy before we took Germany. And I honestly didn't know that much about it other than that's where my grandfather fought, and I feel like I learned a lot today. So that was very cool. I'm in the bathrobe because I had to take a shower. It started raining outside. It was humid and it started raining, so very sticky. feeling, but now we are going to go to dinner and then maybe bakery bar afterwards. Bakery bar, I think I already mentioned bakery bar, and it sounds exciting. That might be the plan afterwards, I'm not entirely sure. Right now we're going to walk to a place that's nearby. I think you pronounce it Compère Le Pin. The head chef is a runner-up on Top Chef New Orleans. I cannot remember her name, but I remember that she is from St. Lucia. So it is the cuisine of her homeland, and it sounds absolutely delicious. So we're gonna get a little seafood, Caribbean cuisine inside of us, and then maybe go to a bar afterwards, go to a jazz club, I don't know. That will probably be the end of the vlog because I wanted to do 2 vlogs from New Orleans, one that focused around my first couple of days here with Megan, and then one that focused around game day, and I have some very exciting news for the next vlog. I managed to get reservations at the restaurant you are not supposed to be able to get reservations to, Shia. I refreshed OpenTable a couple of times and one reservation popped up at 8 p.m. So we are going to go to one of the hottest restaurants in the country right now. Esquire said it was the best restaurant in America in October of 2015. And one of the hardest places to get into in New Orleans, Shia, Israeli food, hummus, matzo ball soup, so many options. I haven't had Israeli food in a formal setting, I guess. I've had Israeli food in general. I've had hummus from my grocery store, but I don't know if I've ever gone to a restaurant that specializes in Israeli food, and I've never gone to a restaurant with this many awards and nominations. So I'm very excited. Hope you guys are excited to see a little bit of that in tomorrow's vlog. But for the rest of today, Compère Le Pin, I hope I'm not butchering that name, and then a bar or something else afterwards. Yeah.
Hand on my shoulder, resting my back slowly. Go on around my waist, the love I felt when she hold it, replacing those jaded moments when all I feel is lonely. So trying to find a place to lay my head the night it only got me find the strength to stand, get up and just be a man. Moment she took my hand, said I'm with you to the end, regardless of circumstance. Look, I got you, you my man. I'll be there for you, baby, till we see the time again for real. That's sweet, beautiful pain. That's sweet, beautiful pain, man.
I forgot to film an ending for this vlog. It's actually the next day now, but it was an awesome night. Bakery Bar is probably my favorite spot that we found in New Orleans. It has breakfast food, alcohol, and desserts. So I don't know what more you could ask for. A refurbished building. I believe it used to be a cotton mill. It just has a cool look inside and delicious food, delicious desserts, really great drinks. So we had fun there, and then we came back to another bar that is closer to our hotel. I guess technically it's inside of our hotel, whatever. Overdid it a little bit there, and that's, you know, kind of why I didn't film the end of the vlog. Got a little messy at the end of the night, but we managed to wake up to go to the Saints game, which you'll see in my vlog tomorrow. So I hope you guys are hyped for that, hyped for good food. I'm going to say goodbye to you all and see you again tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys.